All right, so now we are back again with another segment of your favorite show in the entire world. We were already kind of on the whole NBA thing, so we're gonna keep that theme going here. Now, what I want to talk about is the NBA All-Star reactions. Now, originally there was supposed to be no All-Star game because of COVID-19. Right. All of a sudden, Adam Silver thought about, I need this money, so we're gonna go ahead and put this game on anyway. So the starters are pretty much as everyone probably predicted, on both sides. Let me actually pull up the starters here. We'll do, give me just a second here, and I can pull that up for you guys so we know what's going down here. Because we got to get into some stuff about the reserves and all that old stuff. So, let's see, roster. Okay, so for the Eastern Conference starters, we have, as predicted, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving. Reserves are Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, and Ben Simmons, as well as Nikola. I cannot pronounce his name, so it starts with a V. Just know that. And to replace Kevin Durant, because he is out with a hamstring injury, they have Domantas Sabonis from the Indiana Pacers. Let's go to the Western Conference. Western Conference starters are, again as predicted, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Kawhi Leonard. Reserves are Anthony Davis, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, and Devin Booker, who is replacing Anthony Davis because he is out with an Achilles injury. So, like I said, the starters are not really that much of a surprise to me because I figured the starters were going to be the starters. The conversation around All-Star, however, is the reserves and people that got on the team that maybe shouldn't have been on the team, or people that weren't considered that should have been. So we'll start with Devin Booker. Before him getting on the team because of the Anthony Davis injury, was he an All-Star team?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think Chris Broussard made a good point that the West is the West, and it's pretty deep when it comes to that position. And I don't think it's a slight to Devin Booker. I just think it's a testament to how deep, that position is in the West. You feel me? So, is he a point guard over Chris Paul? I mean, is he a All-Star over Chris Paul? Probably, if you ask me, probably not. I probably would take Chris Paul. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I said, there's no slight to Devin Booker because he's well deserving of it. But
I agree and I disagree. I think that I agree with your premise of that, kind of how what Chris Broussard was saying. But I agree with it, I guess, in a different way. I think that with the West, especially with their point guards, you have to do a little bit more. Just because there's so, like you said, there's so many. Like, you have the Chris Pauls, obviously, the Dame Lillards, the Steph Currys. Like, they're still there. Like, they're still dominating. They're still a force to be reckoned with at that position. And Devin Booker is a great player. This is not to take away from him at all or say that he's not a great player. He absolutely is. It's just, does he make a Steph Curry kind of impact, or does he make a Damian Lillard kind of impact, or does he make a Chris Paul kind of impact? And I don't think the answer is yes as far as that goes. He's an amazing talent, a great player. He can score his butt off, or he can score with the best of them. But is it to the point where it's must-see TV? Like, am I dropping everything to watch Devin Booker play? Probably not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even the biggest Steph Curry fan. I hate to love him, pretty much in that sense. But Steph is must-see TV. No matter who's on his team, no matter what the situation is. Like, I want to watch Steph Curry play basketball. Damian Lillard, same way. I want to watch Damian Lillard
Right.
play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Because he impacts the game in such a way, and you just don't. If it's going to be a 40-point night, a 50-point night, a 60-point night, like they have that ability to do that. You know what I mean? So it makes it for more interesting, I guess, as far as their case of being on the All-Star team, or being a starter or being a reserve. Like either way, like they automatically deserve to be, because every year you know what you're gonna get with them. And it's like the Suns are a great team now. They've improved. Obviously, they got a lot. They're more cohesive as a team. But Chris Paul is a bigger attest to that than Devin Booker is, because they had that same team last year with Devin Booker and they still didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
Chris Paul comes and now they're in the top seed in the West. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think we have to consider that as well. Like I said, and that's not to take away from him, and not to even say that he can develop into that. It's just right now, he's not that much of a difference maker. Where it's just like, this is a short shot person that needs to be on the All-Star team, in my opinion. So I mean, but I get people being frustrated or being upset or saying that they feel like he should have been there. I get it. I do.
I mean, honestly, I think that they should probably even open up more slots on the All-Star team. You know what I mean? Because the NBA is such a, you can only have, 12 players? You know, and it's more like than 24 elite players.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, on each team is at least 15.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
So,
and then you got some teams that got two guys that make the All-Star game every year. The Lakers, Embiid and Simmons and stuff like that. So, it's they probably should open up a little more. You have like a second team and a third team, because it is a lot of people that do deserve that on a resume.
That recognition, absolutely. All right, so let's see. I think that was the only like real big like moment or snub, quote unquote, that people were talking about. As far as like the All-Star game, I want to say, let me look really quick here, just to be sure. So a lot of people were saying that Dame Lillard should be a starter. What do you think about that? Because I mean, it's either Dame or Steph. So,
I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. They both are there deservingly.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Like if Dame starts and then Steph want to relieve him, come off the, it's the All-Star game. It's not the finals, the championship. You know what I mean? So, I would. Really, if I'm the coach of that All-Star team, I'm going to let them decide who's going to start. Who, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it don't matter. Y'all both made the team. Y'all both can play. Like, y'all both is dogs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, it really don't matter who's the reserve and who's not. You know what I mean?
Who's better, Steph or Dame?
Steph. But, I mean, Dame, I say Steph so easily because Steph is a proven winner. Now, let Dame have 2 rings under his belt. It's not going to be such an easy reaction for me. Such an easy retort for me. But
also,
when it comes to
Dame, Dre and Clay.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to pure ability, I mean, shit. What you?
Yeah.
What you want to pick, black or white? Like, but,
tomato.
Strictly when it comes to accomplishments, I mean, Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, I mean, accomplishments wise, of course, it's always gonna be Steph. But I would just like to see Dame with a team with the same kind of arsenal that Steph has had, because he still has it. It hasn't really gone away. I think if he get, excuse me, if they can get one more addition to Portland to go along with him and CJ, I think it makes things interesting.
Right, and you know what? I think Carmelo is actually a great piece to have in that offense too.
Right,
over there in Portland, because he's not the star guy no more. Obviously, he don't have to be that guy. He don't got to go out there. He don't even got to give you 15, but he will. That's the thing, he will give you 15 or 10 or whatever, you know what I mean? So, had to have that addition, and then, like you said, to bring more players up to Portland that could not only take Dame up, you know what I mean, take his game higher, but his game could take them higher, and that's how teams work. But I think Melo could be, if they were a championship contender, I think Melo could be an important piece, because he's still scoring so quietly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and
he's still getting buckets for sure.
Right.
Absolutely, I definitely would agree with that. Go ahead and end that segment right there.